Hello, everybody, and welcome into the Realistic Formula Championship. Today we are in round 10 and we are around the streets of Mexico City. We're in qualifying, just getting ready to start, and there we go. As I say that, we have got everything going. I forgot to turn the track map on. Apologies. That's on me. Why is the... We've already had a retirement. Obviously Ryan must have a qualifying ban. We're supposed to have SimHub come up, but it doesn't look like anything's happening. Please tell me you lot can see SimHub, because I just can't see it. This is great. SimHub's not working already. Message Mons. Apologies. This is a great start. We'll have this up to start with. Oh, has Mons' computer just died? No. I think Mons' computer is dying though. This is a great start to the day. So the first person that will set a lap is going to be the Haas. I believe it's CT, not CT. It will be the other Haas driver, but I can't see him on the tower. There we go. Theodore, who here... Is there any graphics? SimHub's not working for some reason whenever I click the towers. Yeah. So there should be soon, but... Oh! Hang on. They're just not coming up. I have tried it again, mate. Does that, and then I'm clicking the buttons that makes it come up, and nothing's popping up. To be honest. Only comes up with a refreshing everything. But here we come. Coming round the final few corners is Theodore. Don't know how good of a lap it's been because we haven't actually been able to watch this. He'll go to the top, but what time will it be? It'll be a 1:17.035, so 1:17 flat, and not too bad for him. Shock and Pastry both out on an open lap. We'll go ahead and have a look at Toes, who goes to the top of the time into 1:15.7. So 1.3 seconds ahead of Theodore. Easy lap for him, it looks. And that's Jamie, he's going into third, 17.1, slower than the Haas driver. In the Mercedes, we've got the other Haas driver, I believe, of CT now coming around the final corner. Rio, I'm not cheering up because I've got this that's not working, and CT goes into third, ahead of the Mercedes driver by 0.06. So it wasn't a very good lap from the... That's a bit... Whose game's dying? Hopefully it's his. Apologies. Melts goes into second, 16 flat. I'm missing all of these, so we'll watch on with Pastry here. As Halios goes on to the top of the timings. I don't care. I don't care about you, Rio Harris. How about that? Mon said he's not going to be here for the first half hour to me earlier, so it's a great start. As here comes Pastry to the line, 8th place for him. Doesn't overtake the Mercedes. Renz in the Mercedes. That wasn't Renz. Renz has already done his lap. That was Ellen in the McLaren going into 4th, 16.3. Next across the line will be Runswick Bay. Don't know who that is, to be honest. But they come across the line. They go into 4th at 16.25. Next up will be, I don't know, to be honest. Let's watch on board with, not on board. We'll watch Enthusiast is the next one to set a lap, actually, sorry. Here he is. I believe he's on a lap. Yes, he is. Wasn't sure because the Red Bull getting in the way there. Coming round the final few corners, round the final right-hander. Pushing that Sauber, got released from the Red Bull, went to Sauber. Oh, he signed to Sauber from Red Bull and he goes into 11th, 29. Yeah, so he must have backed off on that lap. Well and truly. Would be good to see, but SimHub doing SimHub things. Oh, I've got a free stream streak. Yeah, I don't know why it's not coming up. You can get the lap timers up, but they're not working. Click Alt E, that's not even coming up. Shut up, Rio. I'm trying to figure stuff out, mate. Into the pits he goes. We'll go on and look at Exotic as he crosses the line. He goes into 6th position in the Ferrari. And here comes his teammate, Elias de Winter. I know his name. He goes across the line. He goes into 7th. So it's a 6-7 at the moment for the Ferraris. That's Chesney Reese coming to the end. And he's going to go up into 12th, not into the top 10. Not the best for him. Could do better. No graphics. Job on had bro. Yeah, nice one, Mark. I don't know, the graphics aren't working. I can do Control Alt I, which refreshes them. Or it just doesn't anymore. Oh, there you go. Refreshes them, but the second you try and put them on there, they don't appear. So yeah, here is the king of all in the Alpine, sorry. But not too sure who this is as well. Going through, job had one broke, shut up! Going through the S's there, into sector 3 we are now, into the chicane part of the track. This is Darman. Coming round the final corner he will go, he's not slow as we know. What time will he sit? I reckon it'll be in the 17s, or the 16s. It's a 16.2, what a lap from Darman. Incredible from the Alpine. We'll have a look at Nellis at the back, who's in that Gulf Williams. I believe him and his teammate have different liveries on. No, they don't. Okay, good. So here he comes, round the final corner. They actually are no longer the closest to bankruptcy. With Will Lewis leaving today, they get their money refunded as 13th goes Nellis. Yeah, they get 22.5 million refunded from the 45 million they paid for him off Mercedes. They won't be complaining at that, as, yeah, he left the league, so you get half of the money back that you paid. Talios is retired. We'll have a look at Josh. Oh, not Josh. Darman. It'll be the Sauber of Kai Harris, aka Pastry. See how he does. And I broke Monza's PC again. Apparently I've brought something up, but I've only clicked the buttons that it says to start the stream and start and record. You told me to press function. Ugh. I give up. Have we got SimHub fixed, Mons? I don't know. I think we have. No. There was graphics when I left my PC. But Control Alt I. I've done that. Apologies. Just getting lectured by Mons. Mons, mate. I'm trying to do it, but it's not working. Oh, we've tabbed out. Yeah, quote from Mons, there was... Yeah, literally, Eagle, I've done everything I can. Genuinely, I've refreshed it, I've brought the graphics up. Oh, everything's appearing that I've been clicking. The graphics are back. That wasn't me, because all I've done is click the right things. Click Z. Oh, no, take it off me then. Click Z. Oh, nope. Let's take control again. Oh, we got that one up. Click X. We'll click H. That's hiding it. We don't do that. There we go. We've got the graphics back finally. Yeah, you can see the leaderboard now, Pigs. Pixlar. The goat. And I've now lost my buttons. What I need to click. So just give me 2 seconds. It can't be RFC without a bit of stupidity going on. So there we go. We can get rid of that at the bottom, which is Alt E. And we'll see who's next to set a lap. It doesn't tell us who's on an out lap anymore. In third it is Corcoran. Well, here is everyone racing today in their full names. I believe that Haas is on a lap, and that will be Theodore, not Theodore Clark. That will be CT. Right now, is he on a lap? I believe so. He's lagging everywhere, Cam Taylor. His name isn't right, but that doesn't matter. Can you put your name down, man? Your name, what is your name? Oh, it's half of these aren't fixed properly, to be honest. CT, I don't believe is actually on a lap. Because he seems to be, I don't know. Because he seems to be lagging everywhere, which doesn't help. He doesn't have the flash. His rear end isn't flashing. What the Polar doing P3? You missed out Bear, pal, Andy. Flipping heck. Here he is on a lap. He goes green in sector 2. Melts retires from the session in 4th position. And coming round turn 17, the final corner, the right-hander. Bit of a rear end slide there, and he's gonna go up into 13th, overtaking his teammate. It says outlap if they're on an outlap. I need to remember that. Renz is someone on a lap. I need to remember to do that. He's not on a lap actually, he's into the pits. He's not setting a lap. Chesney Reese will be the next one to the line in that Gulf Williams. He's improving. He's going to be in the 16s, 16-2, sorry, and he goes into 8th position. ahead of quite a few stronger drivers, or stronger cars, should I say, not drivers. That's an Aston Martin beginning a lap, I believe. That's shift. This man here, Mahood. No, he's not on a lap. There is Theodore Clark that's on a lap, but also Nellis is on an out lap. So yeah, Clark is the one on a lap here. Green in sector 1, looking to try and beat Halios' time. Slower than Halios by 5/10 as it stands. Shut up, toes. Oh, he can't even. Yeah, I realise now. Yeah, doesn't matter. And coming round the final corner comes Clark. Where can he put his Haas? That's P12. Maybe safe, maybe not. We've got 2 minutes left of the session, so he's still got time to improve if he needs to do so. I believe Nellis is on a lap, so we'll watch on with the Williams driver. Here we're on board. He has a bit of a slide going through turn 1. It's looking a bit shaky. Oh, that's the wrong button. There's the speed. Reaching quite high speeds at the weather. No, that's just a live leaderboard. Yeah. So, it's struggling a lot on this lap, as you can see, going through there. So it's all about trying to pull the car as far as he can. Let's have a look at the weather for today. It's just all overcast. No rain. Nellis is somehow up on CT despite how much he's been struggling this lap. Which ain't too bad for the Williams. He's got the Haas right behind him, of I believe CT, and had a bit of a wiggle out at the exit there. Through turn 16 into 17. Round the final corner of 17 to the line, 15th. That's not safe, not good enough, I don't believe, to keep him out of the drop zone. So it's unlucky for him. It's a decent lap for Williams. He was starting a lap. I believe it's Enthusiast next to set a lap because Renz is on an out lap. The Aston Martin, I believe, is safe. Yeah. So it's Enthusiast who is down in sector 1. This is his only chance to get a lap in. He needs to improve on Nellis to keep himself safe. James, if I nick my dad's laptop, want me to join you in company? No, it's alright, Rio. Don't nick your dad's laptop, leave your dad's laptop alone. But here comes Enthusiast, round turn 13 and 14, coming into 15. It's not really a turn. Now into 16, then into 17 here to the line. Enthusiast will be knocked out here. He is knocked out, confirmed. Knocked out of Q1. Josh, he's into 14th, knocking out Nellis. Potentially saving himself. The other Sauber driver here of Harris, Kai Harris, trying to save himself. I thought he was real Harris then, but remember, it's Kai Harris. Can he save himself? He's into 15th, potentially saving himself. All about Renz saving himself here, I believe. He's down in 16th. And it invalidates! The Mercedes driver is knocked out of Q1 because he invalidated his lap time. Oh, that's not good. So there we have it, I believe. Renz, Nellis, Cam Taylor, Enthusiast and Ryan De Vries are all out of the session. It does not look good for Mercedes, especially considering it's allowed a Sauber, Alpine and a Haas to get out. Saying that it's not too good for Williams as well, who are trying to escape, who have managed to escape being in debt nearly through their driver leaving, meaning I'm trying to think of the word and I can't. Meaning they gain 22.5 million back, but Head's gone. My head is gone. What am I trying to say? I need to lock in for Q2, I know. Head's gone. Why is Nelson's name there? Hang on. Right, so we're getting ready to session to start. I think I've put that leaderboard up too early. No, it's put itself. It's leaderboard up itself. Cheers, F1. We're into Q2. I believe there's a button that shows you that. Do I know how to do that? I'm trying to find it. There we go. We're into qualifying 2. Why is the leaderboard not appearing? Oh, I had to click X. Apologies. The first person out of the pits looks like it's going to be the Racing Bulls. Here. Who's side by side with the Alpine there. Still side by side. What are these two doing? To be honest, I haven't got a clue. It's not Josh, it's Darman, who will now be taking the time at the front. Yet to get a position as we know, but he is going to be the first person to set a lap in an eagle fashion. We're gonna watch his lap. Actually, the Racing Bulls driver is dropping further and further back, so it's an Alpine 1-2 for the starting. Only Chesney Reese left in the pits. Everyone is on their way out. So it's all about how well Darman can set the pace here for qualifying 2 here in Mexico. So coming round the final corner he goes to start his lap. Helps if I get rid of his name. Coming into turn 1 he goes. It's a long straight, as we know. Needs to get good braking with. The Lewis Hamilton helmet takes turn 1 decently. Into turn 2, rides a bit of the curb there. Chucks him a bit, struggled through there into DRS zone. Now, to finish off sector 1, it's a 28.4. Into turn 4, 5, he goes. Green in sector 1, so obviously he's been beaten by one of the lot behind him. Turn 6 he goes into, now into the S's of turn 7, 8 and 9. Here's 7, here's 8 and here's 9. Coming into 10. Now 11, 12. No, that's only one turn, that's 11. He goes purple, as we know, 57.9 altogether so far. It's going to be taken as a Haas. Haas off there of Clark. Don't know what's happened to him. Here's Darman though, coming round turn 16 and 17 to the line. How well will the Alpine do? Hugging well and truly onto the line. It's an 18.1, doesn't seem too strong. His teammate's going to go ahead of him, 16.8. Then we've got the Ferrari of, I believe, not Exotic, it will be De Winter. Comes to the line, he's going to go 4 attempts clear and a 16.3. Then it's Hoffenk. No, it's going to be Toes starting a lap. Yeah, so it's Hoffenk. They go into the top of the table. And then Meltz takes it off him. 15.8. And then HRRR goes into 6th. Whoever that is. Harris. Don't know why he's HRR. And then Jamie goes into 7th. We missed. De Winter now goes into 4th. Because Yates goes into 2nd. And, sorry. Nathan goes into 6th. And Halios goes into the top of the table now. And that's where it's all calmed down now, so we'll try and catch Chesney Reese on a lap. Actually, no, I know Toes is before him. Here comes Toes for his lap. He's purple in Sector 1. Here, in the McLaren, he's got the Ferrari getting out of the way. He's a second up on Harris. So he should be easily safe here. All about how well he can do this final sector, though. He's got Ferrari right up his gearbox. Hoping to maybe get a toe off him, but he's probably just going to go straight into the pits. Yeah, he dives into the pits. He's done his one lap, and here comes Toes. He's only good enough for 7th in the McLaren. Probably on the used set of tyres. Now we're going to go and have a look at Chesney Reese, who's coming to finish his quali lap time. As he comes across, no he doesn't, he goes into the pits, apologies. Something's happened between the two Aston Martins here. Don't know what happened between those two then. They were both in a wall. Oh, something's happened to Toes a bit further down. Bit of yellow flags coming out. I'm missing where it says damage 50. Yeah, so he did have the worn tyres on. Meltz is retired. He thinks his lap is good enough to go through. I believe quite a few people will have gone on the used tyres here, due to the fact that what does V do? Oh, shows the intervals instead of the actual lap times. There you go. Or was it? Yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm bugging out. Oh, hello, Alex. Nice bit of comms for a Wednesday evening. Go well, people. Alex, I'm dead, mate. Can't lie. I'm awful at this because I've got graphics that I don't use well. Good to see you again, though, Alex, because I've seen you in a few leagues. As we're watching Darman here, whose name's not done properly, as we know, because it's, I don't know, I don't have the background bit. So yeah, coming through final, coming through sector 2, getting ready to begin his second lap. I believe he'll be on the fresh tyres now. Yep, he is on those fresh tyres in the third sector. Coming round the final few corners of the Mexico City street circuit to start his lap. He will go now in the Alpine. Want to improve to not help remove himself from the drop zone of Q2. Try and get both Alpines maybe into Q3. Be a difficult task, but it's not impossible. We're in round turn 1, gets over that curb again. Did that earlier. He's done it again. He goes very wide there. Seems to struggle at the moment. Is Darman. That's the wrong button. Hang on. There we go. Coming round turn 6, coming up to the S's here, he will be going. Can we wish drivers a D2 pace without telling me which drivers a D2 pace? I think some of these are on softs as well though, Eagle, but yeah, quite a few of these are D2 pace it looks like. Here comes Darman. 7 tenths up now on Jamie in the Mercedes. Round turn 13, went very deep but managed to catch the apex right at the end. Through turn 16, absolutely sending this car. He's trying to do the flick, but it doesn't seem to be as effective as it does for some of the Div 1 drivers. Keeping very tight to the line. He goes all the way up into 5th. Great lap from him on the fresh set of tyres. Maybe that worn track's coming into effect a bit more now, as that's Toes beginning a lap just behind him in the McLaren. Yeah, Alex, if you're still here, if you want to join the Discord or the Realistic Formula Championship, there it is. If you are not in the Discord, and it's just not appeared. Doesn't work for me. Hang on. Toes is purple in sector 1, as you can see. Decent lap so far. He's one of those that's chucking his wheel around the corners. Yep, I know, Eagle. There you go. Going through turns 9 and 10 now, into turn 11. Still just ending that car. Oh, someone else has sent the Discord. Who are you? Coming round turns 13 and 14 is the McLaren driver of Toes. He was the McLaren TP, now the driver. Through turn 17, and he goes to the top of 15-1, 5 tenths clear of Halios nearly. So very good lap for him. Next up will be Mahood. He goes up into 4th. Great lap from the Aston Martin there. Next up will be the Mercedes driver of Jamie, who's reserving for today. Halios retires. He thinks his lap is good enough. He's 4 tenths and a half up on Clark, so he should be safe from a qualifying exit as it stands. So that should put him up into the top 6, I believe. No, top 7, sorry. And to the line, he goes into 8th, so he's had a bit of a drop off, 9 tenths slower than Toes. He's accidentally given a bit of a toe to Clark here. He won't be saying no to that as he coming round turn 1 here. I believe he's the only one on a lap. Unless there's other people on laps. I think they're just on out laps. Yeah, Chesney, Reese, Exotic. And Toes is on his in lap. But here's Clark. 10th and a bit up on Nathan to try and keep himself and get himself out of the drop zone in that starry Haas. Coming round turn 7, 8, 9 and turn 10, and then finally going to end it off here in turn 11 in the Haas around Mexico, so it's enemy territories for the American team. There's a big rear end slide there. Through turn 13 he goes, and he cuts the track and puts it into a wall and fails. Attempted to put it into a wall and failed. Oh. Next up will not be Exotic, he's starting a lap. Not Kai Harris, he's starting a lap. Just trying to think. I believe it's Chesney Reese in the Williams. Coming round in turn 8, 9, 10 and turn 11 goes the Williams driver. 2 and a bit tenths, nearly 3 tenths quicker than Nathan to boost himself out of the drop, so maybe a Williams Q3. Williams are on the up with Will Lewis leaving, giving them their money back slightly from the 45 million they paid for him. Getting half of it back will help them, and to the line Chesney Reese goes into 9th. Maybe he's not safe though, so it'll be the only time will tell. The Mercedes driver Jamie will not be coming out for another lap, so he thinks he's safe. 2 Alpines are on out laps. Ellen's on an out lap. I believe Exotic will be the next person to set a lap, who's in the drop zone as it stands, and could push his teammate into it. Depends on how well of a lap he does. And to the line, he goes into 5th, easily through as it stands. Very good lap from him. Next up to the line will be Mr. Kai Harris in the Sauber. Through turn 13 he goes. It's turn 14 and 15. to turn 16 and 17. How well will the Sauber driver do? To the line, he goes into 11th. He will be knocked out of qualifying 2 as it stands. I don't think he's going to be able to go back to back and keep himself safe. Next across the line will be the Aston Martin of Yates, I believe. Yep, and he's not on a lap. I'm going into the pits, and I believe not Darman will be setting a lap. He's gone out to help his teammate, it looks. No, it won't be Josh. He will be knocked out of this qualifying session as he invalidated his lap time. All down to the Winter and Nathan. So here is the Winter. He's purple in sector 1. He looks like he's going to be knocking out Chesney Reese as it stands. Here he comes, round turn 14, into 15, 16 and 17. Turn 16 now, into 17 there, to the line. The Ferrari driver to get into Q3. He goes second, 4 tenths off toes. Easily Q3 for him. I don't think anybody else will be improving. Guy Harris. Not, so it's just all up to Nathan to knock out the Mercedes driver. He might be doing so. He's green and green in his racing balls. Coming round the final corner to the line in the racing balls. He goes into 4th and knocks out the Mercedes. So Mercedes have a Q1 and a Q2 exit. Meaning an Alpine and a Racing Bulls can both leak into the top 10 here. Wow, that is something you didn't expect. You wouldn't have expected coming into this race. Well and truly. So there we have it. We've got the stupid thing showing up at the bottom, but Jamie, Josh, Chesney Reese, Kai Harris and Theodore Clark all knocked out here. I'm going to do Monza's nerdy stuff because I can. Because I want to look like cool like Monza. Yeah, I don't know what that achieves. Have they pit? No. Oh, I've tapped out, haven't I? No, I haven't. So there we go. Into Q3, we shall be going in just a second. Who will get pole position? I think you might have a safe bet if you went for toes, but anything can happen, as we know. It's RFC at the end of the day. So getting ready for Q3 to begin. Countdown at the top. Hopefully it's quicker than that countdown. Oh, Josh has left the session. I don't think he was meant to do that. So we're just waiting for the first person to come out of the session here. We see that person now. That will be the Alpine, I believe. Of Starman. Flying away. Sort all these stupid pings out for nothing. Yeah. Right. So we're ready for qualifying 3. First lap will be from Darman, who we saw his teammate disconnect from the session. I haven't had a ping to say he wants an invite back, but we'll give him an invite if I know what his name is. I believe it's him. If it's not him, then We don't blame me. We can blame Eagle. So here we go. Coming round. Final few corners, getting ready to begin. Here's lap here. Here's Darman. Communicating with online services, so maybe he is joining, I don't know. But starting his lap, coming down the long main straight in the Alpine. He'll be hoping to pull that car quite high up the field. Into turn one, doesn't want to ride that curb like he normally does as much, and doesn't do it as much as he normally does, which is quite good for him. But then he does in the next one and then catches the curb again, just about keeps it within track limits. Opens the DRS, doesn't touch the grass ever so slightly there, missing it. He's purple in sector one, as we know he's always going to be. I believe he might be on used tyres. I think they've done one lap, I'm not too sure. I got this on the big TV. Cheers, Froome. I don't know why you want me on the big TV, but yeah. As here comes through turn 9 into turn 10, 11. Well done through sector 2. He's going to go purple again, as we know, being the first one to do it. How well is this lap going to end out to be in the Alpine? Through turn 15 into 16 and 17 he shall go. To the line, keeps it tight. He'll go top of a 15.8. Great lap from him, but Toes seems to be on a quicker lap at the moment. He's in 7th. We're around turn 15 into turn 16 and 17. Josh is back in, so I did invite the right person. Thank the Lord. Toes, he'll go to the top. 5 attempts cleared. The Winter went into 3rd. Now he's gone down to 4th as Ellen goes into 3rd and Exotic into 5th. And then Wilkinson goes into 2nd. And then his teammate is going to go into 1st. Halios in the Red Bull going to 1st. They have got the same livery on, luckily. For some reason I saw 2 different liveries. We'll have a look down at Yates now. He's the only person to set a lap, yet to set a lap in this qualifying that's actually on a lap, shall I say, because his teammate and Nathan are both yet to set one. But Yates, green in sector 1, he's slightly down on Halios, as you'd expect, in the Aston Martin with the number 11 on, number of Sergio Perez, who'll be back next season. So coming round the S's he goes, taking it nicely into in sector 2. Coming to an end of sector 2, how will he fare up? He's 6 tenths down on Halios at the top of the charts. So that'll sit him around 5th position as it stands. I believe he'll be on the fresh set. Oh, I believe he is on used, so it's a decent lap for the used runners. Maybe they've got even more used tyres than the other cars. But to the line, he's going to go into 7th. Maybe it was just they dropped off a bit more in the final sector. So 7th for the Aston Martin. His teammate has started his lap, but we'll have a look at Nathan, who's in the Racing Bulls. The game says it's purple, but it's not purple. Into turn 12 and 13 he goes. Now 14 and 15 to 16, then 17 he goes. Is he going to be one of those that hugs it? He's going to hug it. Not that much. And 3rd place for the Racing Bulls driver. What a lap from him. Incredible. Brilliant lap from the Racing Bulls driver. And here's Mahmoud, who's getting the dirty air from his teammate, it looks like a bit. Seems to be struggling through the S's, having a bit of a slide. Teammate maybe compromising him a bit. Oh! Big crash between the 2 Aston Martins. And a 5th place given to Mahmoud, sorry, who drives straight into the back of his teammate, who was not giving him a tow at all. Actually compromising his lap. And he's the one to that with a 5-place grid penalty. Ooh, something's going to be happening in the Aston Martin garage afterwards. That shouldn't be caught on camera. Mahmoud is a reserve. And Yates is a main driver, so that's a bit of controversy going on for Aston Martin, because he is a contracted Aston Martin driver is Mahmood. So that'll be interesting to see. Luckily, it's not in-game sessions where we'll see 30 seconds while they have to change the wings. We can get back out as soon as he wants to, but he's only going to be able to have one run in Q3 now. Hopefully he wasn't on a fresh set and just wasting them. Hang on, I need to take that off, don't I? So it's who will come out first now in this in this qualifying session? Who will get the glory of being first on the timing charts? This is going to be the boring part. Not the boring part, the fun part, but the worst part for me, where I had to flick between about 40 drivers. Well, 10 drivers. Maybe because of the conflict, I have a chance at a better car. JK, no one wants me except Williams. Cheers, Nellis. It's all about how well you put the Q1 time in. It's the words of Will Buxton. If you put the fastest time in, well, many would say, I don't know if he said it, if you put the fastest time in, you will go to the top of the table. I said cheers, Nellis. But yeah, if you put the fastest time in, you will get pole position. It's just how it works. So we're just in the waiting game. Cheers for cheers for racing. Yeah. This is a bit boring while we wait. Who do you think is going to win in Nigeria versus Morocco? While we wait for this, I think Morocco. I don't know. Nigeria for Alex Iwobi. Nellis thinks Morocco. Oh, we've got someone coming out. Is that Exotic? It is. Exotic is going... I didn't want him. We've got Exotic being the first one to come out. Devon Exotic in P9 as it stands. Being the first to pull the trigger of coming out of the pit. So we're going to watch his lap. Friends with Rio Harris. The bum himself. So it's all about where he puts his car. A bit boring still, waiting for the lap to start. It's rubbish out being on your own for this part of the race. It's a tantalising bit. Not tantalising, I don't know. Nervous part. What are we waiting for to see who goes to the top of the table? Let's have a look at the finances, shall we? I don't think they've been updated since Eagle is on holiday. Yeah. Don't blame him, to be fair, though. Let the guy have a holiday. And he can do it all when he gets back. But if we have a look at the combined constructors... No, we don't get to do that now. McLaren are leading, Mercedes are second, Red Bull are third, Ferrari fourth, Aston Martin are fifth, Haas are sixth, Racing Bull seventh, Alpine eighth, Sauber ninth, Williams 10th. McLaren have a 234-point lead over Mercedes. I did say McLaren, not Williams, didn't I? I don't know. But Exotic, here we are watching on his lap. Why is it not showing he's on a lap? We'll be hoping to improve on P9 here. In the Scarlet Red Ferrari. He's a 10th, nearly 2 down on Halios. I believe we might be seeing some division movement after this week. But not too sure. As it stands, this is your Division 3, and this is who are racing for... This is who is racing, sorry, for the championship. In Division 3, it's a decently close Division 3 Championship, but here comes Exotic. He's only a tenth and a bit down now on Halios. Getting that gap whittled down a bit. He's trying to help his team push ahead of... Oh! He's invalidated and been impeded by Darman. Oh, that will not be very much liked, to be honest, by him, as we'll have a look at Halios, who's coming to the line. He's going to improve, 2/10 improvement. 2/10 above, above toes, and here's Mahmoud in the Aston Martin getting a lap down. He's going to go into third, great lap from him. His teammate's going to go into fourth right behind him, so maybe the controversy will carry on. Here's De Winter, he's up into third. Now we'll have a look at Toes. Can he take provisional pole? No, not provisional, sorry, pole, but no, he goes into second, to stay there as it stands, sorry, due to his invalidation. Here's Ellen, he can only go fourth. Now it's sorry, someone just went up. That was Wilkinson up to second. Great lap from him. It's Nathan now in the Racing Bulls. I don't think he's improving. He might slightly improve though. He's in 8th. He'll go up into 6th. He has improved. This is Darman after impeding. He goes into 9th, and Exotic will come home in 10th position. So it's there's a button to do pole, I believe. But the keybinds thing decided to kill itself. There we go. Pole is Halios. So, great lap from Halios to take home pole position for Red Bull, as it's a Red Bull versus McLaren, Red Bull versus Ferrari really for this championship. While saying that, McLaren aren't too far away, only 6 points off Ferrari, who are 4 points off Red Bull. So 10 points separates the top 3. It's sunny here though in Mexico. So it should be just your plain simple, no weather involving race. Oh, what's on? Oh, I'm supposed to hide that one. No, that's why it's all bugging out. Apologies. So we're getting ready for the start of this race here in Mexico City, in the streets. It's a street circuit that doesn't look like it's a street circuit. I don't know, I might just have bad F1 knowledge, but is it built as a street circuit each time, or is it just a street circuit because it's tight? Someone can confirm nor deny. Why have I got a ping? Cam Taylor needs an invite. Coming to the Twitch chat and see. I don't know his. Oh, he's CT, isn't he? Apparently, Renz is breathing down the mic in the game. Luckily, we cannot hear that. Cam Taylor. Oh no, I don't want to bring up the qualifying times. So everyone's going for the mediums except for Josh. Here, so very similar strategies we'll be seeing. Hopefully no teammate clashes in the pits. Aston Martin. But it's all about What's it called? Why is my mate phoning me? He's probably trying to get me to play Siege. Here we go, we're getting to the end of the formation lap, just waiting for Cam Taylor to catch up here. Can we get a better camera, please? Here we go. The formation lap has ended, the lights are turning on, we've got 5 red lights. It's lights out and away we go. Pedal to the metal, it's a 1-2 for Red Bull as we can see in the front. We can't see it, one person hasn't started, that'll be Cam Taylor. Here comes the 2 Red Bulls fighting each other. Side by side, why is the tower not appearing? There we go. Helios stays in the lead. There's changes everywhere. Hoffenk is falling down the grid. Renz is up into 11th. In the Mercedes, he's up into 10th now. There's chaos happening all the way down the grid. One of the Mahmoud's fallen down quite far. Hoffenk's stuck in 8th position. There's someone gone off. That'll be Renz. Renz has fallen down into 19th position. Something happened to him, but Helios still leads the way up the top. Why are we not getting to Helios? His teammate, Renz's teammate, sorry, Jamie gets 3 seconds already in this race. It's not going well for Mercedes as it stands in this race. Coming down turn 13 into 14, 15. Cam Taylor's been disqualified. Interesting. Apologies to him. And that's not brought out a safety car, luckily. I thought it had them, but that was just purple whole track for Helios being in first. But Meltz overtakes his teammate now to take that position. And there's a bit of a battle going on a bit further back as the Winter looks for one. And Nathan couldn't get it fully to go. Just need to check what livery Ryan has, and that is the right one. The 2 Saubers, hopefully have the same. But here's Nathan and the Winter, a bit of a spin for Nathan, and then causes Exotic to have a half spin. Oh, Jamie's just absolutely whacked Exotic then. Don't know what happened. Exotic gets 3 seconds trying to corner cut. What on earth is happening in this race? I don't know. This is crazy stuff. We've got Nellis has had a blunder. Nellis has had a blunder somehow. Don't know what happened to him. Renz has caught back up to the pack as Meltz sets the fastest lap. He's in first as it stands now. Maybe his teammate's going to get overtaken by Toes here in the McLaren. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like there'll be any movement here. Actually, here comes the Winter on right, and Nathan again. Couldn't do anything there. Still a close battle here. Exotic having those few collections has fallen all the way down into 12th now. As Helios fell behind Toes and got back ahead because they are side by side right now. Can't really see a good angle, but there's Helios just staying ahead of Toes. After that little scrap going into the S's, you don't want to go side by side through here. And it looks like Helios is helping his teammate Wilkinson out now. At the front, there's a gap already formed. Clark is having to defend off Exotic, meaning the top half have their DRS trade, and so do the bottom half.
Through the gaps.
Oh, my bad. That's the wrong gaps. There we go. Eagles on holiday managing this. I was too invested in the race, apologies. But Ryan gets 3 seconds as well now, so that's not good for him. We've had quite a few 3 seconds dished out, 12 in total, or 12 seconds in total, 4 of them. And here comes Josh on Clark after Exotic made the move. Great move by him. Renz is looking for one a bit further back. That's 8th, not 18th. And Chesney Reese will drop behind Renz, and that's a 18-19 now for Williams. 2 last spots on the grid are occupied by the Williams drivers. Something happened to Toes actually that we missed. He's fallen down the order. So we were watching this scrap on the at the back. Toes has fallen back, and Halios is now having to defend off Yates as he's not in the DRS of his teammate. Maybe his teammate will help him out for the straight, drop back a slight bit. Maybe not, because he's just focusing on his own race. Looks like he's just focusing on his own race. Another 3 seconds handed to the Mercedes driver of Jamie. If he keeps this up, he might get a DSQ. Too many warnings, time penalties. But Yates has dropped back from Halios, and he's going to have to defend off from Nathan, as Nathan was thinking of a move, couldn't do anything. Ellen's sat just behind the Winter as well, with Mahood behind them. As Toes moves up into P9 there, getting past Jamie. He's on this recovery drive, trying to get his way back up to the top 5 at least. You know, he'll be wanting to try and push for that win in that McLaren. It's not a slow driver, is Toes. He gets onto the grass there. Making a few mistakes is the McLaren driver. We'll have a look a bit further down as Renz has found his way back into 15th. But we're looking at Enthusiast, who's had many of a battle with Renz so far this season. Enthusiast was in the Red Bull. We didn't expect to be fighting him a bit further down in the grid. He's having to defend off against Chesney Reese here, because Enthusiast doesn't have DRS, so it's all about trying to stay ahead. But before that happens, we're going to watch Nathan if he can get the move done here. Doesn't look like he will, but Toes is into the pits, and here's Mahmood on Ellen. He's going to make the move stick on her. But no, Ellen's going to look back up the inside. Can she do it? No, Mahmood will stay ahead. Exotic fighting off Jamie, and he's going to move up into P9 now. And will Josh follow through as well? No, because Jamie looks like he's going to be fighting back against Exotic. There's battles everywhere as Nathan's up into 3rd now still, battling side by side with De Winter, trying to help push him through to try and get his way a bit further up the grid. Are they going to go side by side into the S's a bit further back here? I can't really see anything. It doesn't look like it. No. As Toes is in 17th right now. Another time penalty. 3 seconds given to Jamie. He is struggling like crazy. De Winter goes a bit off then, going into the hard braking zone before coming up to the chicane. What on earth was that angle? As Josh gets another time penalty as well, so all the time penalty people are in the same bit. Josh has a wiggle. What's happening? Oh, 10 seconds corner pitting for Exotic. Jamie's also into the pits here on the mediums. He's putting on some hards. The Winter's up into 4th. Fighting against Nathan, who was sending the car around the first corner there. Everything's happening here. That's a 3-second time penalty given to Yates. And here comes the Winter looking for the move up into P3. The 2 Red Bulls have just been allowed to run off and help run off in their Constructors Championship fight against McLaren and Ferrari. But it looks like nothing's going to be changing here for a moment. Chesney Reese is still going at Enthusiast, but nothing coming of that. Go back to De Winter. He's ahead of Nathan, as we can see. And there's a retirement for Nellis, is there? No, going a bit slow on the exit of the pits. We just forgot to release the pit assist. As it's a big long line going from 3rd down to 10th, no, 8th in the DRS of each other as Yates gets past all of the... Oh, sorry, it's because Nathan has pit actually, and so is Mahmood. So those two have gone for the early pit. Maybe it's a 2-stop round here, that's why seeing that. It is 36 laps, it is quite a long race to be fair. I'm not one to know the strategies that much. But the Winter's had the pressure eased off as Yates is not too close to him as it stands. Kind of broke the pack a bit. But we see Josh is very close in his battle if we click there and it actually sends us there. But here he is, he's right behind Ryan De Vries, who's had a great race so far. Another time penalty given to Jamie. Look at that, 20th to 7th for Ryan De Vries so far in this race. He's been phenomenal. And this is not where it will stop. He will keep pushing. After that qualification ban, he'll want to keep pushing himself higher. He has got that 3 seconds though, which will affect him. We've got a horrible angle again, but we're going to watch Yates is on board here. So he's going to try and get the overtake done on the Winter maybe. Doesn't pit, so he's set up to go for that as Darman goes into the pits. We haven't really seen much of him in this race, and Yates seems to not be able to have the straight line speed that the Ferrari does here to make the move. As you can see, that Ferrari straight line speed is phenomenal. Because it's not a bad car. We've got the race story up for him there, apologies. We saw quite a few people pit. De Vries falling quite far back down the grid, so it's pit stops that carried him up the grid, as you can see. Maybe some people will be going for the 1 stop here that are waiting to pit. I know both the Red Bulls could maybe risk it being this far ahead, but maybe it's worth taking the safer option since they have this 1-2. At the moment, there doesn't seem to really be that many battles going on at the moment. The only thing really close here is P11 down to P14. And that's allowing Jamie and all them lot to catch up as well. Clark's just ahead. He's at the front of this now because he's been dropped by Nathan. He's got Exotic right behind him. Exotic will be hoping to make quick meat of this. He's going to look for the inside. He will make the move pretty easily. It's the Winter and Yates both into the pits. That means Ellen moves up into P3 as she's fighting off against Josh, who will go ahead. Josh does take that position away as that's a fastest lap for Nathan in the Racing Bulls, showing the hards are quite fast at the moment for him. But Josh will be going for the long run, being the one that started on the hard compounds. He's in a different race to the others practically, since he's on the hards. But it's all eased down from the first few laps where we had a bit of chaos, a few blunders, wheel bangings and push-offs and touches. But it seems to not be like that anymore. Exotic with that 10 seconds will not help him at all. So yeah, Elias still in second with his teammate in first. They're still pushing this car out. So is Josh, so is Ellen, so is Renz. There, oh, Renz goes into the pits as I say that. So there's 4 left standing that have a chance of doing the 1 stop, I believe. There is the pit window supposedly. It is supposedly a 1 stop lap. 14, 15 is when you're supposed to pit. Does it want to disappear? No. These buttons are getting a bit fighty today. Let's just... clicking buttons. There we go. That's the tyres everyone's on, so some people have gone back onto the mediums. Has Chesney Reese actually pit from in this race, sorry? I will check, as Jamie's lost his time then for a second, but he's gained it back now. Pit stops is E, so Chesney Reese has not pit either, along with the top 4. Josh has got 9 seconds of penalties, which will not help his case for this alternative strategy. Saying that, Jamie has 12, so he's struggling a bit more. He's even eased off the pressure as Renz goes purple in Sector 2 in the Mercedes. Have a look at people's tyre wears at the moment. 64% for Wilkinson and 69% for both Halios and Ellen. Chesney Reese on 63, so he's doing the best of the people that are maybe going for the one stop, but he's further down the grid, less track covered. So maybe by the time he gets to where Wilkinson is, he'd have probably the same tyre wear. I think he does actually. Yeah. Maybe 1% less still. Yeah, he was on 65 by then, but Wilkinson seems to be wearing his tyres quite a lot, maybe a bit more of an aggressive driving style. Ellen gets 3 seconds, which is not good for them. That is the tyre track limits. 10 so far for Josh, so he's 2 off 12 seconds. Jamie's 2 off his next 3 seconds. Toes is 1 warning away, so is Exotic and Darman, so is also Clark. I believe that's everyone that's close to getting penalties. But into the pits goes Halios, and so does Hoffenk. Ellen. Hoffenk. Oh, does it? No. Very temperamental today, SimHub. But Wilkinson still leading the way in his Ferrari. Not Ferrari, what? Red Bull. I've lost the plot. We'll have a look at this massive, beefy battle here. Now, from 8th all the way down to 12th. Looks a lot bigger on the map, to be honest. Between the cars, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 in this. Look like more. Still looks like more than that. That's because it is 6 cars actually. No, 7 cars. Still look like more than that, but anyway. These lot all maybe looking for places, as De Vries maybe looking for the move on Jamie in the Mercedes to try and take that P9. He's going to get it on track limits, but he'll also lose it to Clark through track limits. So he's just trying to make up the positions he can, try and get as far away as he can as well whilst that's happening. As we see Wilkinson and Josh pit. Josh pitting off those hards onto the mediums. Don't think he's going to take them 22 laps, to be quite frankly honest with you. But you never know, you never know. We've seen Antonelli take hards in real life, but this isn't real life, as we know. He seems to not be having the pressure as much. Someone that does have pressure is Yates, and that was a shove from Clark and a half. Shove and a half from Clark. And Wilkinson sat behind there, probably quivering now, thinking, I hope I don't get the same treatment. Exotic gets 3 seconds, so he's on to 6 seconds, on 16 with that 10 seconds for speeding, but he'll probably serve that in his next pit stop. Maybe all these lot will be holding on for a safety car now, if there will be one, because it's been quite a tame race here in Mexico City. at the moment. There's another 3 seconds handed to Josh. Here's the battle between Yates and Clark. They both go wide. Wilkinson's trying to go back on Clark. Can he go around the outside? Switching to the inside. Yes, he can. And Wilkinson makes his way up into P10. Now he's got to try and make the move on Yates. Yates doesn't have DRS. He does. He's going to use that DRS and the ERS to help him. Weaving everywhere with Yates then, but the second he got behind him, he stopped weaving, and there was a mistake by Nellis. A bit further behind there. But there's something happening here. Clark against Yates. Can the move be made? Side by side, Yates looks to be ahead. Clark goes wide. And here comes Josh looking for it. No. Clark tries to come back in. 3 wide all over the wall. And again they go into a wall. Clark's going the wrong way. He slammed into the, what's it called, safety car to blow. 10 seconds given to Josh. And I think there may be damage there. So Clark's, yes, Clark's got rear wing damage through reversed into the wall. So I think we'll be seeing a retirement in the pits from Clark. I said I don't think we'll be seeing a safety car. Moments later, that happened. That was a bit crazy. Which damage did the other guys get? Josh gets a bit of front wing damage, and Yates, he got a lot of front left wing damage. Oh, Mahmood has had a collision with the Winter, and that's given him a 10 seconds. The Winter's going to get held up by Exotic here as well, who's got a oh, he didn't serve his 10 seconds. Oh, you can't serve it in the safety car, can you, anymore? Kai Harris gets 10 seconds. Josh has got 10 seconds. I didn't see what that was for. 10 seconds are being thrown out everywhere here by the FAA. I don't know what they're doing. But as it stands, we have Nathan Corcoran leading the race. He started 6th. He's now in 1st position. Look at this. Hang on, he's not in a Red Bull. De Vries has made up 18 positions. It's a 1-2 for VCARB right now. It's a 1-2-3 for Red Bull right now, you could say, actually. Toes, if he wasn't there, it could have been a 1-2-3-4 with Halios being 5th, but he could have been in 4th if it weren't for Toes, which would have been crazy to think. We've got a Sauber up in 7th at the moment as well. Here's the amount of pit stops we've seen. Obviously, 10 seconds is going to be served by Josh as he's gone onto the inside. I need to go here, actually, and see what happened with Exotic. Because he might have got another 10 seconds. Let's have a look. 10 seconds for corner cutting on lap 6. And no, it just didn't serve his 10 seconds when he went into the pits. Interesting. 3 seconds given to Josh under the safety car. Being on those inters is not helping him at all, to be honest. This has saved some people's races, to be fair, but not everyone's. I'm trying to remember what tyre wear is. That's a tyre age. So I'm trying to remember to do it without the spreadsheet telling me it, but looks like I'm going to have to. Shift N. So 29% for Nathan, and 20% for De Vries, 32% for Enthusiast. He was stupid not to pit with that high tyre wear, but saying that, so is Nathan really, only 3% less. But Enthusiast tyres are newer, fresher. Well, they're not fresher, but they are newer. So he's struggling with tyre wear at the moment. Maybe didn't bring enough set of hards, only mediums, so he wouldn't have been able to take those mediums till the end. Josh is on the softs now. He's got 15-second penalties. It's a bit of a not very good race for him at the moment. The field is bunched up except for Nellis, Josh and Reese, so we have to wait for them, but safety car should be in this lap, I believe. Yeah, 3 white Red Bulls right at the front of the grid. All special liveries. Nearly every team has a special livery this season, other than poor Mercedes and Alpine and Aston Martin. Give us our first ever Aston Martin special livery, please. Please. So yeah, everyone's within a second of each other, other than the back three, as you'd expect. Well, Elias isn't actually now, but he's back there now. Darman isn't. They're all struggling to keep up with each other for some reason. Don't know what's happening there. Let's see what you guys are saying in the Twitch chat, if you're saying anything. Realistic formula, I believe that might be Mons. This is going to make things interesting because Hards will probably not go to the end from here. I'm not sure, I think Hards will, to be honest. It's in about Softs having to pit again. Don't know if Josh will pit because the safety car is ending now. We're getting ready to go green here in Mexico. Here comes the chaos again. I've just got my voice back and it's time for the voice to go again. Never do commentary when you've got a cold. And here we go. Taking it to the last second and we seem to be going quite slow, but we are going again. And Toes is going to get the best launch here. Being beneficiary. No, he's not. He's going to get blocked off by the Red Bull, which is helping his teammate maybe try and get the move. Halios on Toes, and no, he's not going to be able to get there. De Winter's moving up the grid. Nellis has got past Yates. A lot's happening further back in the field. Now we go off it, and Toes has moved up into second here. Great moves by him. De Winter's all the way down into 14th, struggling to fight off Nellis. Yeah, and also maybe make the move on Ellen. Up the inside. Can De Winter go for the move? No, because he's going to switch to the outside. And he will, because Ellen hits the rear of the Haas. And now on Kai Harris, can he get the move? Another 3 seconds given to the Mercedes driver of Jamie. But this is absolute chaos as De Winter's trying to sneak past Kai Harris. Yes, he can do that. He's made that move. Toes is now looking for the move on Wilkinson on that fresh set of mediums. His won't go to the end. Definitely not. Toes has a bit of a correction there and went off track. Seems to make him struggle as Renz makes a move on Ellen because Ellen's falling back. And here comes Nellis on Ellen. Looking for the move. Can he go for it? DRS has been re-enabled. And here comes Nellis and Ellen. Round the outside goes Williams on the McLaren. And can he make the move stick? Yes, he can. What a battle that was. That's too far behind. Got side by side Exotic and Debris. But Debris is ahead as it stands. Debris has a correction and allows Exotic to go past. That was a big mistake from him. And you've got Darman with the broken wing that's trying to maybe try and get up into the top 4, getting past Nathan, but it doesn't look like it. Nathan doing that Alonso in Hungary for Ocon, but there's no Ocon ahead. Trying to defend the best he can to keep his position. It's the only ball knowledge I have of F1 really, to be honest, of defending. Actually, Darman's having to defend off Exotic now. He's got a lot more time penalties than him. But maybe, I don't know, he might get some removed depending on the circumstances of why he got them, because he was getting collected in quite a few collisions. but you never know. We play what we see as it stands. Doesn't look like anything is going to happen there. Let's have a look at Enthusiast, who's having to defend off Mahmoud, and he can't stay behind ahead of Mahmoud. And here comes Jamie. He's going to move up into P9 past Enthusiast. And Clark thought about it, didn't go for it, learned from previous battles he's had. It was Harris, Enthusiast teammate, he's got his own little DRS train as well. So DRS train's going around everywhere as Enthusiast is fighting against Clark, who tried to keep it up the inside. I'm not too sure, it just looked like he was going for the move up the inside. Clark gets 3 seconds and Clark's going to get slightly collected, and they're all contacted. Clark has got that damage, as we know, on the rear diffuser, yeah. Has he still got it? Yeah, look, he's got that rear wing damage, which will not help his car with turning at all. It'll be quite a slidey car, I believe. That's first. As Kai Harris gets 3 seconds, and Yates is looking for a move back on Clark. He's getting a bit of deja vu there with the collision, as Yates is going to look for one up the inside. Renz has to go wide because he nearly ran into the back of Yates before that, as he just about stays ahead of the Winter. Enthusiast is still ahead. He looks like he'll be able to stay ahead because of this DRS. Them dropping back through here. This is where the battle's happening, but Toes does take the lead of the Mexico City Grand Prix here in RFC Division 3. We need to run straight back in. Here comes Clark. We've had a screen freeze on my end. No, I didn't see it. Hopefully that didn't freeze on the stream for you lot. But what a bit of racing this has been so far. I don't think you are getting screen freezes that I am getting. VCAR better not bottle this. I think they are slowly dropping down, to be fair to him. His Enthusiast is dropping down. He's down into 13th now, since that DRS straight is. We're watching Clark at Haas in 10th. He's got De Vries not in his sights, really. De Vries clinging on for dear life at the back of Jamie, who's got quite a few penalties, but so is quite a few around him. Mahmoud has 10 seconds. Exotic has 16. Jamie, as we know, has got 15. De Vries, he's got 3. Clark's got 6. I've had another screen freeze. I can't see what's happening. Hopefully you can hear me. Oh, I think this is Monza's stream, because I've just been given my things back. On my end. I've got my own controls now, but I'm not seeing anything. Hang on. Yeah, Monza's stream's died on this side. Wait, hello? Hopefully you can hear me. I've still got a hold of Monza's PC somehow, and I disconnected. I think we're back. I lost control, but I got it back. Somehow. It just came back out of nowhere. I think my Wi-Fi dropped out, to be honest. I missed a lot of the chaos, but Toes is in the lead, as we know. We've seen a few pit stops. You're gonna have to inform me what I've missed, to be honest, if I've missed anything. Don't know who we're watching. I think we're watching Jamie. I just clicked a few buttons when I lost control, and I think I came back. I don't know what happened, to be honest. I apologise. But yeah, I've lost my train of thought, to be honest. We'll have a look at Darman, who's trying to maybe catch up to Exotic. but he's got Mahmood that looks closer to maybe making the move on him with that damage Darman has on the right end plate. Got Clark down in 12th because he has rear wing damage that we know of. Two racing bulls have dropped down. What happened to the two racing bulls? Dr. Killian, I know you're in here. What happened? Because I missed that. Did they pit or something? They pitted, Andy said. So here comes Mahmood. He's going to be looking for the move on the Alpine driver who has got the DRS though on Exotic, meaning he can stay ahead. Jamie's still behind them, so nothing's happening really here in this battle. Renz has maybe got his sights set on the winter, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen anytime soon. Ellen's got to have to defend off Nellis. The Gulf versus Gulf, both sponsored by Gulf, that's why I said it. Shut up, James. But can Nellis get the move? It's against a lot stronger of a car, so it doesn't look like they will. No, they will not, as Toes is still just covering off his lead against Wilkinson and Halayoth. Martin, go and vacate, mate. You're on holiday. I don't like anything's going to happen. There's so many time penalties in this, which everything's just going to change at the end. It's crazy. And here comes Wilkinson looking for the move on Toes. He made lovely moves through the chicane bit there in Sector 3, but nothing looks like it's going to happen. Why is everyone saying the game's gone? I'm really confused. I think I'm missing something. But Wilkinson does take the lead of the race. Toes falls down into second on those mediums. Maybe his mediums are falling off a bit now. As not really, 34%, only 3% more than Wilkinson, as Theodore gets 10 seconds and he retires from the race. Double yellow flag, that might cause a safety car. We're lucky it does not, because what's happened? That's an Aston Martin of Mahmood. We keep missing him. He's 14th now. Has he got... No, he's 13th. Keep going around him. He's got a bit of wing damage. Something obviously happened to him. We missed that. Exotic has managed to catch up to Toes. He's into this fight now. And so is Jamie. So I'm really... I'm sorry. I was looking at chat because I've seen people saying game's gone once. That's why I missed the contact. Who had contact? That's my bad. Genuinely. Wilkinson does lead the race. He's going to stay there. So I believe closest moves that will be happening is Toes maybe getting overtaken, but maybe... Oh, safety car. Virtual safety car deployed. We've got a retirement on track of Josh. Something's happened to him. Mahmood gets 10 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. Maybe we'll see a retirement. We see a retirement from him. That's brought out a full course safety car. Nellis into the pits. Enthusiast into the pits. Toes and Melts touched. I didn't see those two touch, to be honest. Tyre wet. There we go. It's Toes hasn't got that much more tyre wear than the others. But I think everyone will be chucking on a fresh set of mediums, to be honest, other than if you're the two racing bulls, which have kind of been shafted here. They weren't to know about another safety car though. Alpine are going bankrupt as well. Well, I don't know. They don't have new tyres. Most will have one medium and two hards. Yeah, true. I don't know what Toes has got in the locker though. Enthusiast goes on to a fresh set of mediums, so he had them left in the tank. No. I don't know about this money system, it's quite close. I know Haas don't have much money. No, have a lot of money for the bottom teams, but that's going to lose a bit. A double DNF for those two. Well, DNS and DNF, shall I say. Toes is into the pit, so he's obviously got something up his sleeve. He's got quite a bit of the pack to carve through. Nellis gets 3 seconds. See, Alpine and Mercedes pit. That's Darman and Renz. Toes puts on a fresh set of hards. Are they fresh? I don't know. We'll find out in just a second. They are hards. And they're nothing at the moment. 25%. Renz puts on 10% worn mediums. Darman puts on 23% worn hards. So Renz has got the best tyres of those lot that have picked. Oh no, Chesney Reese does actually with that 5% hards. Well, Nellis with the softs, but they're fresh set of softs. Recarb TP flexing about being financially secure after selling 75 million or something stupid for Rixie, who seems to be better off in Red Bull at the moment, winning races. Maybe that money shouldn't have been sold, and maybe he could have been winning races for the Racing Bulls team. But also, you can't always hold back a good driver from a good car. They always want the best car they can get to try and win that championship that they are pushing for. Update the grid order, please, Wallahi. This is the grid order. What do you mean, mate? What is blood on about? Oh, there you go. I'll do that. It's literally the same thing. Get a grip for him. No, that was mean. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean to do that long. Meant to do that. No, I've accidentally timed him out for 20 seconds. Can I show? Oh. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. There we go. So tyre age, Renz is on 3, so he's got the freshest of the no, the newest of the non-fresh tyres, the non-used. No 6 out of 6. What do you mean, Froome? So we're getting ready for. Hang on, Nathan, you're racing. You were trying to see. Oh, bum. Oh my God, Renz, you can see the tyres on the right. Everyone's on hards other than Renz and Enthusiast, who are on mediums, and Nellis is on the softs, but we're getting ready to race. Enthusiast, mate, not Emph. Here we go. Wilkinson will get us underway with this start again. It wasn't his start actually the first time, but he's going to have the turn to start this time. He goes a lot quicker. It seems so slow, these starts here for some reason. But it's a good start from Wilkinson. He will stay in first. Exotic in third will stay. It's Jamie versus De Winter for fourth. Here we go. De Winter up the inside. Easy move for him. Into fourth. Maybe not. There's a bit of contact. Maybe. I don't know if they're actually touching. There was a bit of contact there. Jamie goes wide. Comes back onto him. Slightly touches. Yates goes ahead of Jamie. Falling down the order a bit there was the Mercedes driver. How's Ellen doing? They're in their own place, and Harris is having to defend off Renz here for 8th position. Harris with 13 seconds, so he will fall. Renz is looking for a silly move there, maybe up the inside, and will make the move on Harris going into the S's. Toes is in 10th. He is the man to watch. Exotic gets 3 seconds, so he's on to 19 seconds of penalties now. So many people with time penalties, it's crazy. This is Div 3 at its finest. Oh, Ellen, not Ellen. Toes got locked onto then by Harris and the Racing Bulls. So something happened there. De Vries gets 3 seconds. I just zoned out for some reason. I was that invested in what was happening, I forgot to speak. But Toes is still ahead here. Nothing looks like it's going to be changing here. As Renz looks like he's very close to Ellen, just a bit ahead. Sorry that we've cut off that. I saw these two for a higher place position. Battling, and there goes Renz up into that position. Now let us look at Toes, who's got people behind him side by side. That's Harris and Nathan, the cheat looking for the tyres. He's not cheating, he just had me off. He's going to look for the move maybe on Harris, pushing him. Doesn't look like he'll be able to get anything. Another time penalty of 3 seconds given to Jamie. The 6-7 for Mercedes at the moment as his teammate is Renz. Made his own track limits up there. It looked, but he's nope, wrong button. He's close to getting. Not really, actually. He's not close to getting penalty. He's got 2 warnings. Well, 1 free warning before he can get time penalty. As he's going to look to make the move on his teammate, who's standing in his reserve, who's letting him through. Actually, good teamwork by the reserve. Maybe trying to say, give me the place at Mercedes, because I can work with my teammate. It might have a lot of time penalties, and he thought of a move on it on his teammate for today, but doesn't look like he'll go for it. Toes, the man to watch, down in P9. Eagle asked him for a Wagner performance today, but not getting that at the moment, as we got. I clicked escape. Did I click escape? Oh! I clicked F1. Mons, you're here. You can save me. I tried to click escape to check race director, and I clicked F1. Is Mons just not here? He said, give him a min. Not peak. Yeah, I know it's not peak. There, have my free stream streak shared while we wait. But it's a 1-2 for Red Bull, a 3-4 for Ferrari, a 5 for Aston Martin, and then a 6-7 for Mercedes, a 8-9 for McLaren, a 10-11 for Racing Bulls, a 12 for Alpine, 13-14 for Kick, and 15-16. No, Nelly's ruined it. Nelly's has ruined it. Every team was in like next to each other that don't have the people DNF'd. Thanks, Nellis. Get overtaken again. Oh, thanks, Mons. Love you, Mons. And my laptop just unplugged itself again. Nice. Merc 2. Oh, yeah. I didn't see Renz made the overtake. Renz is up into P5 here. He ruined it as well. It won't finish this way. Renz will get ahead of Exotic through time penalties anyway, as there's a mistake from the GOAT Kai Harris. Struggling, and I'm getting PC screen freezes again. Hopefully the same doesn't happen again. It looks like Wilkinson is running away with this race at the moment. Renz is trying to catch up to this pack here to try and maybe sneak onto the podium on over De Winter. If he can get past Exotic, he will probably try and help and defend his team. As Toes gets 3 seconds, that's cost him making up a few places ahead that have 3 seconds. Nathan will slip into 8th place as it stands, I believe. No, 7th. As Toes makes his way up into 7th, actually. I don't know, we'll find out at the end of the race. We can't have another safety car. It's Red Bull 1-2. Thanks, Piggy, mate. You're a bit late to this party, mate. They're some of the only people without time penalties, actually, though, in this race. It's a lot of people seem to be struggling to keep it within track limits, or keep it clean, or just not speed, or not have any infringements of the FIA racing rules. There you go. Shut up, Piggy. Piggy, you can be timed out for 67 seconds. So, coming round turn 13, 14 and 15. Who's commentator? I'm the commentator. Turn 17 we go. Where the hell is Aiden? He dropped out last minute. I don't know, he didn't give a reason, but he said, well, not last minute, about 45 minutes before the race. Why do you want to know who the commentator is, pal? Stop calling me G. Yeah, for 67 seconds, Piggy. It's a 1-2 for Red Bull as it stands, as we know. But it's all unevened out from that beautiful pattern we had earlier. Crazy admin of it. Shut up, Simon. No one asked you. Called having a laugh. Get a grip, Piggy. Well, it looks like Wilkinson is going to win this race in a dominant display. Well, not really dominant, actually. It's been quite a close one. And it still is quite close. As we might see a change, actually, on the final lap. This is where everything's going to be happening. P6 for Nathan, yeah, but it could all change still. Something may happen on the final lap. He's out of a second, now he's back in within a second. But depends how this is going to unfold. As Yates is out of a second of toes, so he doesn't look like he'll be P6 for him anymore. As Yates is going to have to defend. Wilkinson's going to have to defend off his teammate, who looks like he's just going to help his teammate here. Nathan's not P6 anymore. Oh wait, no, that's De Vries, sorry. De Vries has had a spin. He's down into 14th. That's not good for him. Elias De Winter gets another time penalty. This is going to promote Renz onto the podium now. In P5. Who's under pressure from toes behind, who sends it. Renz is not going to back out there. The two Dutchmen wheel locking. Oh, nothing came of that really then. But the two Dutchmen came Max Verstappen-esque, not giving up on that battle there. Battling until the end, and until they flew off each other practically. James switched. What? I don't know what Monza's on about. There's another time penalty for Yates. He's on to 12 seconds. He's managed to get more than... Or is that 18? No, that's 18 actually. For Jamie. And there's the winner. Wilkinson wins. Halios second. Renz up into third. Toes into fourth. De Winter fifth. No, sorry. Fifth goes to Nathan. Sixth goes to De Winter. Seventh goes to Ellen. Eighth goes to Darman. Ninth goes to Yates. 10th goes... No, sorry. 9th goes to Enthusiast. 10th goes to Chesney Reese. 11th goes to Yates. 12th goes to Exotic. 13th to De Vries. I've clicked the wrong button. 14th goes to Jamie. 15th goes to Harris. And 16th goes to Nellis. Well, no. It's going to swap there. Harris will go down into 16th and Nellis up into 15th. But wow. What a race that was, to be honest. I didn't realise that was the last lap. I was enjoying that too much for it to finish. It started off as a boring race, but it went so fun at the end. But you didn't want it to stop. As we see, race winner goes to Melts. Fastest lap was Nathan. Driver of the day in the game was given to Renz, and most overtakes was done by Ryan De Vries. When I click continue, do you want to continue? We're going to do the nerdy Mon stuff. Look at that. Josh went for the rainbow strategy there, it looks like. And here's all the incidents. This is Div 3 for you. And you're going to expect that. But maybe not that much, but it's Div 3. What else? What do you expect? Anything. Here's all the lap times. Why does that come up? Who do you think it is? I just thought I could do the Mon's nerdy stuff, and I don't know if I click export session results. He can do that if it's him. I'll have it on there for him. Click it if you want, Mons. Oh. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. If I click Shift G, starting soon. Mons, do we have the interviews one? If we're going to do interviews, if anybody's even waiting for interviews. Yeah, it's just thanks for the chat, Mons. Great one. But yeah, we see Ren's come from 16th up into 3rd, and I didn't get to finish the rest of that. I don't think there was any other big things, because Ryan would have been quite high from his thing, but he had a blunder at the end, which caused him to go from last to about 14th, I believe. Would have been last to the points, which is not too bad for the Racing Bulls driver. P6 if you didn't spin, yeah. So that would have been a good one. No one looks like they are going to want an interview. So that'll wrap up the stream for today. Hope everyone has enjoyed. Make sure to follow if you haven't already, subscribe on the YouTube. Hope you all have a great day.